Hello YouTube, this is JHawkCade47 and I'm going to show you how to do a cool magic trick. Today you'll need the 2 of hearts, a 4 of hearts, a 6 of hearts, an 8 of hearts, and a 10 of hearts. And you will also need the rest of the deck. Okay, as you can see, I'm going to put it down wrong. Okay, you want the 2 to be at the top of the deck, the 4 to be second, the 6 to be third, the 8 to be fourth, and the 10 to be fifth. But I messed up, so. Okay. Okay, you're going to want to put them on the top of the deck in order. Okay, you can shuffle if you want, but you just want to put the 2 down over there, the 4 down right below it, the 6 down in the middle. 6 down in the middle. Okay, you want to put the 8 down on the other side, and then you want to put the 10 down in the bottom right. Okay, once you've done that, you want to stack, you want to make each pile have 5 cards in it. Okay, so I'm just going to put 5 cards in each pile. Like 5 cards including the card that you already had down. Okay. I think that's 4. Okay, you have to put them down in this order for the first time. Okay, now I'm just I'm just straightening out the cards right now. Okay, now you tell them to take the first deck and pick a card out of it, but leave the card in there and write it down on a piece of paper. So they'd pick the 7 of hearts if there was actually a person. Okay, then they take their piece of paper, and then you tell them to shuffle the small deck. Okay, then after they shuffle the small deck, they're going to take the piece of paper and they're going to write down 7 of diamonds. Make sure they do it in this order, in the order of decks that you tell them to do it. Because they have to do it in this order. Okay, they're going to do the deck that has the 2, the deck that has the 4, then the 6, then the 8, then the 10. Okay, now they pick up the deck with the 4 of hearts. Okay, and then they choose a card out of it and leave it in there. So let's say they pick the 3 of clubs. Okay, then you tell them to shuffle the deck. But they're not telling you what card they picked. They're writing it down. So they'd write down 3 of clubs. Okay, after they're writing down 3 clubs, you give them the middle deck, and they do the same in this deck. Okay, let's say they pick the king of clubs. Okay, now tell them to shuffle it any way they want. Okay, so they shuffle it, and then put the deck back down. Okay, then they write down king of clubs. Guys, make sure you do it in the right order. You're gonna do the deck with 2, deck with 4, deck with the 6, the deck with the 8, and the deck with the 10. Okay, here's the deck with the 8. Tell them to pick a card out of it and then shuffle. Let's say they pick the king of spades. Okay, they put it back in the deck and they shuffle. Okay, now set back. Okay, take the piece of paper and write down. Write down king of spades on it. Okay, now you give them. Okay, after you write it down, you give them the last deck and tell them to pick a card out of it and write it down and then shuffle. Let's say they pick the 2 of clubs. Okay, they're gonna shuffle the deck up again and then write down 2 of clubs. Okay, after that, this is a really important part of the trick because it makes them think that they're like shuffling it. You can tell them to give you the order that they want you to stack the decks. So if they gave you that order, then you'd stack them like that. You just ask them what deck you want to put that one on top next. Okay, then you put out the 5 cards the same way you did at the start. Okay, but after you put down the 5, you can ask them you can do the order that they want to put the cards down. Like, you don't have to go in any certain order. Like, you can pick any. I'm just doing random put downs. Just make sure you get 5 in each deck, and you can't have like 5 in one deck and 3 in the other. You have to make sure each one gets 1, and make sure each one gets another 1. You gotta have them at the same number at like the same time. You can't have like 1 with 5. And then you tell them to tell you the order they want to pick up the decks again. Okay, you can cut the deck here if you want, but I didn't. It doesn't really matter if you do. Okay, now you take out 5 cards, and you want to leave them like, okay, and then you flip them over, and then you spread them out. Make sure they're like still in that order. Okay, the hearts I'm gonna call the indicators later on, because they're how you're gonna indicate which card the person had picked at the start. Okay, so when I say indicator, I mean the 2 of hearts, the 4 of hearts, the 6 of hearts, the 8 of hearts, and the 10 of hearts. Okay, you're just gonna do the same thing with these 5 cards, and you're gonna just do it with everyone. Okay, doesn't matter which order how you put them down. Okay, just make sure you don't get them out of order or drop any cards, because then that just ruins the whole trick. Okay, you're gonna do it with this one. I'm gonna move the decks over in a minute so I can fit the last one on there. Okay, I don't have much space. I'm kind of on like a platform on this place, so in real life you'd have more space to like put the cards and stuff. But I just have to do with this. Okay, that was the first card. Okay, to spread the deck in the middle. I don't want to spread it because it might like hit the other cards, so I just laid them down. Okay, now you're gonna ask them which pile their first card is in. Right now, their first card is in the middle pile. Okay, now you're gonna look for the 2 of hearts, which is the indicator. Wherever the 2 of hearts is in its pile, that's where their card's gonna be in the pile that they told you. So if the 2 of hearts, the 7 of diamonds is in the top left pile, and the 2 of hearts is in the bottom. Okay, but the 2 of hearts was on the last card, and so was the 7 of diamonds. Okay, now you're gonna find the 4 of hearts. Okay, you're gonna find the 4 of hearts. The 4 of hearts is in the top left deck, and it's like the middle. It's like in the middle of the decks, and so is their card. So the indicators, you find the indicator, and that's where their card's gonna be in the deck that they tell you that their card's in. Okay, now you're gonna look for the 6 of hearts, which is in the top left deck, the second one to the bottom. Wait, first one to the bottom, and that's where their card was. Okay, now you're gonna find the 8 of hearts, and that is in the bottom right pile, I believe. Wait, no, it's in top left pile, and that's where their card is located in the deck that they tell you that their card is in. Now you find the 10 of hearts. Okay, the 10 of hearts is in the bottom right pile. It's right there. Okay, and that's where their card is in that deck. that is how you do a. It's kind of like a mind reading card trick. I kind of like it. It works out every time. Unless you drop some cards or you happen to just mess it up completely somehow. But yeah, that's how the trick goes. If they're wait, the video stopped, but if they're if they pick the indicator, if the indicator is in the deck that they picked, that they told you that their card was in, if the indicator's in that, then their card is the indicator. So, peace out.